Welcome everyone to another RedX review hosted by yours truly. Today we're taking a look at Transformers Universe Razorclaw, which is none other than a repaint of the, what were they called? Transfusers, something like that, during Beast Wars. So his name was Tigerhawk. He was a white tiger with metallic blue, or should I say chrome, because, you know, a lot of Beast Wars figures, when they went to Transmetal and Fusers, they all had chrome. You know already that I do not like chrome figures because it just flakes off too easily. This is him. This is just nothing more than a repainted version. It's not even a retool. It's just a complete repaint of Tigerhawk. He's 100% complete, just to let you know. I really did not do much with this figure besides just, you know, use him for display purposes because that's how I like to mess around with my figures. You know, if I'm not doing stop motion, I'm not doing anything with them at all except leaving them on my stand to actually collect dust. Why not? I always thought it weird when in Beast Wars, when this character was in the show, about maybe 1 to 2 episodes max if I can recall, I always thought that this character was weird for being a Maximal. Yeah, and I know why he was a Maximal, okay? I already know the story, how this character came to be. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, the design of this character looked more like a Predacon to me, which, you know, some people can see it, some people don't see it. You know, that's just your personal preference. But anyway, I thought this character would look better for a Predacon. This character has been classified as a Decepticon. If you haven't guessed by now, right here at the Spark Crystal, you can see the Decepticon emblem right there. There's not much going on here in this mode, besides being very, very nicely molded with such detailed goodness. I mean, I'm not going to complain about this. This is awesome, especially for a figure that was like maybe $30 max. This is cool. And nonetheless, just cool. I really do dig this, and I think that this mode just looks a hell of a lot better as a Decepticon, or, you know, Predacon, whatever. Anyway, like I said, this mode doesn't really do much. It's got some articulation, like, you know, you can move the legs, you can bend them as well, you can bend the feet this way, and of course you can move the back legs, and you got some movement here. And of course you got, due to the transformation, this little peg that gets in the way all the time. I hate this thing. And it is kind of hard to actually get this figure to stand when every time you have to come and reset these freaking feet, because just the slightest tap, just, you know, it will just reset all the time. Fortunately, it's not doing it now. Of course, that's when I'm reviewing something on video. Still, an amazing figure. I really do like this mold. I like the color for this mold a lot better than the original colors. But, you know, storing this figure away didn't really help because some of these feathers are actually, you know, bent. But that's a problem I can fix easily. And yes, if you didn't see that, that's part of the gimmick for, you know, this attack mode. The missiles or the cannons can actually flip out. Yeah, it's a little weak. Oh well. Yeah, there's a button at the top. You can fire off the missiles. I just went ahead and fired one off by accident. And honestly, I really didn't hit that button. It pretty much just fired on its own. Honestly, I don't know what this lever is for back here. It does absolutely nothing. Unless I'm not doing this right. Maybe it's just to bring these down or something. I don't know. Oh, I guess it is. Okay. Alright, see, you learn something new every day. So there's this. It's pretty cool. It's a Hulk and a Tiger mixed in one. Originally, when I first saw this figure, before knowing anything about Beast Wars and where this mold came from, I thought this was a Panther. Oh well, can you blame me? It's got an articulated jaw, as you can tell. It moves up and down. So does the tongue. That's kind of cool as well. The wings can actually fire off some missiles due to the attack mode. So that's cool. So let's just bring in Generation Skybite, because why not? There you go. As you can see, he's a big figure. And he has to be, considering that he's an ultra class figure, which is pretty much the leader size figures back then. So I'll go ahead and get him into his robot mode and we'll continue from there, so just stay tuned. So here he is, Razorclaw in robot mode, and I gotta say, this mode looks great. It ain't perfect, but it's great. Now, didn't I say that this mold looks a lot better as a Predacon or, Decepticon? Look at it. Just look at it and tell me that this does not work for a villain rather than a hero. Look at this. It's amazing. Just the difference in color really shows the actual classification for this figure. I am just blown away. I was blown away when I first got this figure. It's just awesome. Now, yes, it's not without its problems. As you can tell, one of the legs is a little stumpier than the other one because he's not really standing straight. He's actually improperly balanced. I don't know. I've always had the problem with this figure. Still, though, I'm not about to complain. If there's one thing that I have to nitpick about is why did Hasbro not change this to a Predacon symbol? I know, it was a line that was based on nothing but repainted figures, not retooled figures. Okay, fine. But at least what they could have done was not paint the Maximal symbol. I mean, what is this exactly? Is he like a spy or something? Because I did not actually read the Transformers Universe comic books, unfortunately. I remember some of the Universe figures actually came with a CD-ROM that I could, watch like maybe a tiny little bit of information of the Transformers Universe comic books, but still, that's not going by much, is it? Who gives a shit? Anyway, I'm not here to try and tell a story. I'm here to review the figure, so let's just do that. Razorclaw's got a very, very nice Megatron-looking head style. I'm not kidding. When I first saw this, I was like, hey, it's Megatron. And that was before I knew anything about this character, before I knew that this was Tigerhawk, before I knew anything about Beast Wars. This was when I was just getting into Transformers. So, sue me. I love the way that his face is sculpted. I love that evil's it's not a smirk. It's that just his teeth are showing like he's frustrated, he's angry, he wants to kill someone. That is cool. I love the painted visor, or the transparent visor. That is very, very nice. It just really makes this figure pop. I like it. I know underneath is actually green eyes, but, with the color of the visor piece itself, it makes it look yellow, and that's okay. I can understand why. That's cool. Did I also mention that this helmet piece is actually asymmetrical? Look at that. You got some hair going on here, and on this side, you actually got mechanical parts. Pretty cool. I really do like that. That is awesome. He's loaded with articulation. He's got a ball-jointed head and well, actually no, it's actually a swivel joint, but also due to that neck joint right there, due to transformation, so it kind of works like a ball joint. This arm gives me some trouble, unfortunately. You can get a lot of movement out of it, but it's hindered in like so many places. Like, you can get it up all the way. I mean, it goes around a full 360, but then you've got to worry about this piece right here because, as you can see, it just comes undone very easily because it's just a simple peg-in joint. That's it. You can get it to move in and out, but it just comes out very easily. But that's about as far as it's going to go, unfortunately. It's got ball-jointed elbows. They go about 90 degrees. No wrist swivel, unfortunately. No waist swivel, unfortunately, due to transformation, but how can you blame Hasbro? You can flip this piece up, and you can get some movement out of the legs, about that much, unless you come out a little bit more, then there you go. Now you can get it all the way up. They go back pretty far. Farther than you would think, really. They actually do go in and out, but I wouldn't go much farther than this, or else you might, unfasten this peg and his legs are going to come undone due to transformation. Swivel at the thighs, pretty cool. 90-degree knee joint, single jointed, very awesome. And the feet pivot up and down, and that's really it. This figure is very asymmetrical if you have not noticed. It's not just the helmet, it's also pretty much the whole entire body. Not one piece on this figure is the same thing. This kind of reminds me of Skybite, or, you know, Cyber Shark. But, you know, everybody knows him really as Skybite because that's really where he got his fame anyway. So, oh well. I like it. I love the asymmetrical part. It really makes this character stand out from any other characters. I mean, it's just awesome. And the gimmicks still reside with this form as well. I mean, they are hindered in some places, but you can still get the cannons to pop up. You can get them to fire off. You can flip out the feather missiles and fire those off. So that's kind of cool. You can actually take these cannon pieces off. I'm not going to do it, unfortunately, because I have a hard time getting these back on. But you can actually take them, and you can take the 2 cannon pieces and peg them into his hands. And he's got himself a cannon weapon for his hands, so that's cool. Unfortunately, like I said, I can't show that off. And yes, this figure has some issues staying pegged together. That is one issue I've got with this figure. He does not like to stay pegged together for very long because something's going to knock it off. As you can see, the cannon just came undone and tried to flip up, and it knocked the arm out of the joint. So that sucks. But, you know, this figure is old, so I guess I can blame age. I really did not mess with this figure besides displaying, so, you know, I don't know why he's so loose. He's a great figure. You can get him in a lot of poses if you try, but just to get a fine example, if I can get one, just something like this. He is back heavy, unfortunately. That's because of the gimmick, all the spring loading parts and the missile launchers and how heavy the wings are. They just really make this figure heavy. It's not a big backpack. This is actually very decent compared to other figures of today. So I like that, but I do not like the fact that he is so back heavy, because even though he can pose in a lot of positions, you really cannot get him to stay stabilized, because he's just going to fall over very easily, and it's because of the heavy backpack. But what are you going to do? So that's it. I mean, I've really got nothing else to talk about this figure. He is very cool, loaded with articulation. The paint job is superb in robot mode, and he just looks great for an evil leader for the Decepticons or the Predacons. Anyway, let's do a size comparisons before we end this review. Here's a Nemesis Prime, which, you know, at the time, before I actually got Razorclaw, he was the actual leader of the Decepticons for the Universe line. So there's that. And that's pretty much going to do it for this review. Can I recommend this figure to anybody? Really, you're going to be paying quite a bit now for this figure, because, you know, he's out of production. He's been out of production for quite a long time now. But if you feel the need to actually get this figure, I say go ahead and get him. If you got the money to cough up, sure, why not? He is very awesome, and he would look very cool with your Transformer figures. Anyway, that's it. I got nothing else to talk about. I'm just rambling on, ain't I? I do that a lot. So, if you have any questions about this figure, you know what to do. Leave them down below. If you like this video, just hit the like button and share this video with others. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more RedX reviews. And until the next review, that is me, RedX, signing out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.